parts of Ancoats where I used to play. I'm sure he once walked down our street, cause he painted kids who hung out on the feet. The clothes he wore had all seen better days. Now they said his works of art were dull, no room or wraps, the walls are full. But Lowry didn't care much anyway. They said he just paints cats and dogs and matched up men in boots and clogs. And Lowry said that's just the way they'll stay. When he painted matched up men and matched up cats and dogs, he painted kids on the corner of the street who were sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them factory gates to paint his matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. Now canvas and brushes were wearing thin when London started calling him. So come on down and wear the old flat cap. They said tell us all about your ways and all about them Salford days. Is it true you're just an ordinary chap? And he painted matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. He painted kids on the corner of the street with the sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them factory gates to paint his matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. Now Lowry's hung upon the wall beside the greatest of them all, and even the Mona Lisa takes a bow. This tired old man with hair like snow told northern folk it's time to go. The fever came and the good Lord mopped his brow, and he left us matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. He left us kids on the corner of the street with the sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them pearly gates to paint his matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. And he left us matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. He left us kids on the corner of the street with the sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them pearly gates to paint his matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. And he left us matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. He left us kids on the corner of the street with the sparking clocks. Now he takes his brush and he waits outside them pearly gates to paint his matched up men and matched up cats and dogs. And he left us matched up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Veronica, and I welcome you all here today to say our farewell to Joe and to celebrate his life. It is an important day when we gather to celebrate a life and mourn a death. Time stands still for just a moment as you sit here to acknowledge that someone has touched your lives, has left an imprint on your hearts, and now your lives are forever changed. Bernie, Denise, Ciaran, Martina, Joseph and Ciara, his grandchildren, his brothers and sisters, his family and his treasured friends, those he loved the most. Joe may have left this world on the 27th of January, but his presence in your lives and his living made a difference and will continue to do so as long as each of you remember him in your hearts and carry the gifts of his life with you. This is a special time where we can let tears flow and let laughter heal. We will share stories and begin the journey of turning those stories into memories. We'll hear the music Joe loved. We will see the snapshots of his time on earth. We will honour and celebrate him, each in our own way. So we're going to start today's ceremony with a poem which Joe's daughter Martina has written for him, and she'd like to share with you now.
As I'm standing here today, I know you're by my side, never far away, you'll be my constant guide. I'll cherish you forever and everything we shared. For this great loss, I was never prepared. From Church Street in Finglas came this little boy, a charmer full of mischief, but brought everyone so much joy. Your path wasn't easy, with many bumps along the way, but with your defining strength, you faced every day. You laid eyes on Mam all those years ago. A bond and love like no other is what began to grow. You both said I do, and until death do us part, a vow, Mam, you honoured right from the start. 4 children you nurtured and provided for with strength. You took any hardship and work in your... 4 children you nurtured and provided for with pride. You took any hardship and work in your stride. You showered us with your wisdom, appreciation and love, and now you will look over us with the stars up above. So thank you, Dad, from the bottom of my heart. You are one special character right from the start. A brother, uncle, colleague and friend, a husband, a granddad and a daddy, to whom our love will never end. Sleep tight, Dad.
Beautiful, Martina. Thank you, Martina. That was beautiful. And now Joe's children would like to bring a flower each and place it in the vase. And the colours of the flowers remind us of Joe's love of colour. And as we're doing so, Ella is going to play a piece of music. So do you want to come forward, Ella? Great girl. Now, so Ella's going to play a lovely piece of music while we do this part. Yeah. Wasn't she wonderful? You're going to be very proud of you, Ella. Good girl. So now Joe's brother John is going to come forward and share a few words about his brother with you.
Thanks, Thank you. Joe was my younger brother by 16 months. I always liked to remind him that I was older. He always liked to remind me he was stronger. We did have fights. Joe was strong. I could run fast. When you're 8 and you're not strong, fast helps. In school, Joe was a bit of a meddler. He meddled with school subjects. He got through, but he didn't show much interest in academia. Here, we were very alike. Joe declared to any teacher listening and worrying about his academic progress, "Don't worry about me, I'm going to work with my hands." I remember meeting a teacher after school, long after school, and I was very keen to answer any questions he might have had about me. But his only question was, "How's Joe? Did he end up working with his hands?" In school, academic achievement is important. In life, intelligence is vital. Joe was intelligent. Joe was keen on sports, even from an early age. He and I drifted to different sports, myself to GAA and Nafina, Joe to soccer and home farm. GAA was better for me. I could run, and I didn't require a lot of skill to make an impact. It's fair to say Joe's approach was more cerebral. Why run when he could put his foot on the ball, survey the options, then decide where to place the ball, and thereby controlling everything from the middle of the field? He was Cantona-esque before his time, or maybe Jack Byrne before his time. When it comes to football, fast is good. Class is better. Joe was class. Lazy, but class. And Joe lived his working life as he planned, working with his hands, from roofing to warehousing to landscape gardening. Joe was working with his hands. But when needed, Joe could apply his great intelligence to his manual labour. And he became a really good landscape gardener, following the footsteps of his own Miyagi, his master teacher, Seamie Tiernan. Seamie can regale us with many stories about Joe, all of them true, and most of them hard to believe. He provided lots of muscle and no little entertainment to the troops in pine tree landscaping. Joe's strength, his pure power, was evident every time he took on a task that required this particular quality. But he really found his niche when our mother, Mammy to us, was struck down with several strokes and became wheelchair bound. We all listened attentively to the experts telling us how to lift her in and out of the wheelchair and how to maneuver her in and out of the car. Several different movements and carefully planned positions needed to be adopted to ensure the lifter didn't do themselves an injury. Those lessons were invaluable to a person of normal strength and size. They were totally superfluous when it came to Joe. He could lift Mammy like she was a feather and place her where she needed to be seated. But his sheer power was only overshadowed by his magnificent sensitivity and gentleness when attending to her. She knew that if Joe was about, she would get there safely. Though it's fair to say, she did take some convincing at first. Joe had his idiosyncrasies, many of which never failed to surprise, and Joe managed to give the impression that he knew how to control his life and destiny. Until, that is, a young slip of a thing came to work in Colette's, the shop next door. Bernie Murphy turned his head, and Joe Quinn married one of the most amazing people the Quinn family have ever encountered in our lives. At this point, I was going to say, she's the best wife any man could ever have. But my proofreader actually told me, for my own sake, I should change that line. As siblings, we watched in awe at Bernie's great devotion to our brother, in good times and in bad, and particularly when he struggled, as he surely did, with his physical and mental health over many years. Her unwavering love and unending commitment to his care, when at times Joe wasn't able to reciprocate that care, was a lesson to all in the very commitment we make on our wedding day, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. In recent years, there was much sickness. Bernie, of course, had recourse to her 4 wonderful children, our nieces and nephews, for immediate support. Here, we were able to witness 4 amazing young adults deal with the difficulties of a sick parent and carry their love and support for Joe and Bernie in times when they would normally be attending to the needs of their own families and relationships. No doubt, some of Joe's caring qualities were in evidence there. We watched them from a distance in total admiration. Joe was our brother. We loved him as we worried about him. But we also knew the love of his own family was total. And we are forever grateful to you, Bernie, Denise, Ciaran, Martina and Joseph, for your undying love and care for our beautiful Joe.
Thank you, John. Bernie and the family have also put together a beautiful eulogy for Joe, and Ciaran is going to share that with you now.
I'm going to read a few words about Dad on behalf of Denise, myself, Martina and Joseph. I'll try my best to get it out in one go, but I never have been as good as Dad at speaking in a room this full. But before I do, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank those of you who have turned up this morning to celebrate my dad's life. Those who came to the house last night to offer their condolences, and the neighbours and friends who kindly stood out in the cold to welcome Dad home on Monday evening. Your presence and words have given us all comfort and strength this week. To the doctors and nurses of Navan Hospital who cared for Dad so diligently and with such compassion over the years, and especially in the last few weeks of his life. And to Niall here at Heffernan's and our celebrant today, Veronica, you have both helped to make these few days as manageable as possible and did things the way Dad liked. Simple, but with a touch of class. Denise would like me to say, Daddy, it's Denise. It's so hard to sum up 35 years of being your daughter into just a few words. Mainly because your larger-than-life personality has given me so many memories and stories to hold on to forever. Your road in life wasn't always plain sailing, but it was a privilege to travel the smooth and bumpy roads with you. Even in troubled times, you were always a character, a wheeler-dealer and a chancer. The day I visited you in Drogheda Hospital a few years back, I had worn in my new designer sunglasses that I had saved for and was delighted with. You commented that they looked expensive and I was chuffed with myself. Next you sent me to the vending machine to get a can of Coke for you. When I was leaving later, I'm saying my goodbyes to you, I couldn't find my glasses and I was baffled as to how I had lost them. A few days later on my next visit to you, you let it slip that you had sold them to another patient for €2. So you could get a sneaky extra can of Coke. Dad, you got your fizzy drink fix. Your patient got a great bargain, and I got a story for today. My most special memories, and my sincerest thanks to you, are for the wonderful times you have given my children. It has melted my heart over the last 11 years, watching you share so much knowledge from your beautiful, intelligent mind. Showing them that laughter can happen even on the hardest of days, and expressing an unconditional love that they will carry in their hearts forever. Thank you for instilling some of you into them. I'm so sad that little Rian won't experience Grandad Joe like they did. But he will hear so many stories about you that he'll soon know why Grandad Joe was loved by so many and was one of a kind. A wonderful kind. The girls adored you. The bond between you is one that can never be replaced. You lit up their world as you lit up mine. Daddy, before I let you go on the next part of your journey, I want to thank you for making me the strong woman I am today. You've shown strength like I may never experience in my lifetime again. I'm in awe of your bravery and your dignity, particularly in your final few days. You left this world as you lived your life, a true gentleman. And as we always said, as strong as an ox. Being your eldest child has been an honour. Níl mé a grá slán Eddie, tá mé a grá slán dó inis. Is grá ditch. I would like to say, Dad was always so thankful for big things and small things alike. He would consider himself lucky to have the children and grandchildren he had, but really we were the lucky ones. On Christmas morning, he would have tears of gratitude in his eyes when opening up just another packet of socks. But today I would like to say thanks to Dad. Thanks for always being so warm and complimentary to my partner Siobhan. Thanks for your love of music and for the times we went to see Christy Moore and Declan O'Rourke together, times I will never forget. Thanks for your love of snooker and the times we would watch it together and the little dance you'd do in the chair while Ronnie was dancing around the tables potting balls for fun, and the little dance I did on the day that I could finally win a frame against you. As a teenager in the summer, I can remember helping out with countless gardening jobs, learning things about planting shrubs and laying patios, but also a few of what people might call tricks of the trade. At the time I was thankful for just a few quid, but now as I look back, I'm thankful for the laughs we shared, the knowledge I gained, and the memories we made together. The love and encouragement, laughter and passion for learning that you gave me has made me the man I am today, and for that I will always be thankful. Martina would like me to say, Daddy, my jolly and larger-than-life dad, summing you and our journey up into a few short words is a momentous task. You are one in a million, a quirky and unique soul. Your infectious belly-moving laugh, your quick-fire wit, and your unceasing gratitude will stay with me forever. In the family, you definitely won the prize of having the least stuff. Your riches didn't come in the form of material belongings, but in the form of us, your family. You never expected anything, but would give everything in return. You loved good food, fine wine, the newspaper, the odd flutter, a large 99, and needed little else. You are the biggest, jolliest character I have ever had the privilege of knowing, and I'm beyond blessed to call you Daddy. I remember writing about you in school, and I called you a human encyclopedia. Your knowledge of everything amazed me. I also remember bursting with pride when you designed our new school garden. I wanted everyone to know that you were my dad. My funniest memory, however, is when we were in Portugal, at a bullfight, and in the depths of silence, you fired your fist into the air and shouted, "Up the bull." We couldn't get out of there fast enough. We were Portugal's most wanted that night. My most special memories are the moments you laid eyes on Alex, Ollie and Riley. They were the most precious moments of my life, and I never forget the sense of pride being a granddad gave to you. I see you in them every day, and for that I'm so thankful. Beyond memory, you are now in my philosophy, and so will always be a part of my future. You will be my guide through life. My inheritance is not in the form of road frontage, but something far more valuable. I inherit your simplicity, generosity, desire to learn, your gratitude, and I hope, your strength. This isn't goodbye, it's until we meet again. I know you'll be there to greet us with one of your bone-breaking hugs, and you'll say, "Up you buy ya, love you kiddo." We'll get a 99 and we'll have a sing-song. Joseph would like me to say, "Dad, it is so hard to believe I'm writing this to you. I miss you so much already. I have so many fond memories of our relationship as father and son, or as you would say, kiddo. You helped me to set up Leinster Horse and Pony Rescue. We began delivering hay to the horses in Selbridge and cold winters in Finglas. We got ourselves in some sticky situations for those horses. You helped me rescue our first horse, Jet, from Kildare. I know this was a proud moment for us, because you told me it was. I also have fond memories of our trips out to Bray. You were never shy of throwing a few quid into those slot machines. It wasn't a trip to Bray without a 99. You always made sure you got the biggest one and for the best value. I also loved our drives around the country. On Sundays, we used to go for a drive to get dinner. People wouldn't believe it, but I remember going for a short drive to get dinner and ending up in Galway. You were a grateful man, always thankful for the smallest things in life. Opening a pair of slippers on Christmas morning would bring an infectious smile to your face. You were so thankful to every member of staff in Navan Hospital. You never stopped saying thank you to the nurses for fixing you in the bed, giving you a glass of water, or just checking in with you. Unfortunately, in later years, illness struck you, but nevertheless you were so brave and so hopeful in your recovery. Nothing ever fazed you in life. Last Thursday, you confirmed to me your most proudest moment is when I came in to tell you who I was as a person, and you told me to stand up straight and then nearly knocked me over with the biggest hug. Last Friday, you looked at us all one last time, and as you would have said yourself, that moment was beautiful. I would just like to finish by saying I know that everyone here will have their own special memory of my dad, because that's what he gave to people. His kind words, his enthusiasm even for the mundane, and his unique humour always made you feel like you were important. And I would just like to ask one thing of everybody here in an effort to keep my dad's memory alive. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Thank you.
I don't think we're left in any doubt as to what Joe's children thought of him. They were beautiful words. Thank you very much, Ciaran, for sharing them. So now Brendan is going to come up and explain the next little piece of our ceremony to you all.
Mine is only half a page, you're okay. Shortly, Seamie Tiernan, a lifelong friend of Joe's and probably his mentor for his landscape garden, is going to sing The Voyage, one of Joe's favourite Christy Moore songs. While Seamie is doing that, Joe's grandchildren will bring up, Ella will bring up a shovel, and that represents the work that Joe did, his creativity and his love of landscaping and creating gardens. Alex will bring a snooker cue and a golf ball to represent his love of sport. Joe's an accomplished snooker player, so well done, Ciaran, if you got to beat him once or twice. That's good. Mia brings a David Attenborough book to represent his love of biology, nature and learning. And Jack brings a bottle of Wolf Blast red wine to represent his love of the finer things in life and his work in Edward Dillon's. So Joe worked in the warehouse in Edward Dillon's. As a family, we were always delighted to hear there'd been a spillage. At the time, it was yellow, red and green label Wolf Blast at about €1 a bottle. So We think we know how those spillages happened.
Can I speak for a second? You can, of course. Good morning, everybody. My name is Seamus, and I've known the Quinn family a long time. And I met Joe when Joe was 11. And as the years went by, Joe worked with me for a while. And very often it felt the other way around. I can absolutely guarantee you that. But Joe made such an impression, not only on me, but on everybody, that years and years after Joe left, I'd bump into lads on building sites and other places, and they would ask me about Joe. Do you remember that fella that used to work with you? Joe, yeah. Do you ever see him? And the answer would be from time to time. But that, to me, was the effect he had on me and on everybody. And I've been asked to do a little song. It's an emotional time, but I hope I can do it. Anyway. I am a sailor, you're my first mate. We signed on together, we coupled our fate. Hauled up our anchor, determined not to fail. For the heart's treasure, together set sail. With no maps to guide us, we steered our own course. Rode out the storms when the winds were gale force. Sat out the doldrums with patience and hope. Working together, we learned how to cope. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. And now, gathered round us, we have our own crew. Together we're in this relationship. We built it with care to last the whole trip. Well done, John, thank you. Our true destination's not marked on any chart. We're navigating for the souls of the heart. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. And now, gathered round us, we have our own crew. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. And now, gathered round us, we have our own crew.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you, kids. That was brilliantly done. Very good. So now, Bernie's brother, Fran, has written a few words, and Ciara is going to share them with us now. Ciara.
Joe, I never got to say a final goodbye to you. But hearing your voice on the phone on Saturday night and hearing you laugh, even for that few minutes, was really great, and I remember that forever. Joe, you were my brother-in-law for 36 years, and through them years, we all, as a family, had great times and great laughs. And now our family chain will be missing one link from it. But Joe, you were that link we will never forget. There were plenty of disagreements between you and I over the years, especially when we were doing gardens. I done the work, and Joe, you done the talking. But we always got the job done, because I suppose you could say I carried you. And now it's breaking my heart that I can't be there to carry you that one last time. Bernie, Denise, Ciaran, Martina and Joseph, all the children, Joe's siblings and the extended Quinn family, I am thinking of you all and send you all my condolences. Remembering Joe will be easy. To forget him will be impossible. As I was trying to think of the right words to describe you, all I can say is you are a unique and one-of-a-kind man. And I mean that in the most heartfelt way, Joe. And I'm sure all that were lucky enough to know you would agree. Bernie, my little sister, I'm sorry I am not there by your side at this sad time. You have been the most amazing wife to Joe, and he loved you very much. All my love to our family, Fran.
So now we come to the end of our ceremony today. So let us all just sit together for a few moments of silence, time to remember and time to reflect. And perhaps there is something that you would like to say internally to Joe. Something maybe you wanted to say to him but never got the chance. So now as you sit in silence, you can say it in your hearts. And so we bid farewell to Joe. He was a man of great colour and character, a gentleman who was appreciative of everything life gave him. He saw no difference in anyone and treated everyone with the same respect. He was a man of great wit and great intelligence. But most of all, he was a husband, a father, a brother, a father-in-law and a grandfather. He was a family man. He made each of you feel important and loved. Remember these things. These are the gifts that he has left with you. Carry them well and celebrate them just as he would wish you to. He lives on now in your hearts and in your memories. You will know that your life was better because Joe was there. You will think of him often and you will remember him forever. So on behalf of the family, I would just like to sincerely thank you all for being here today to offer your support to them during this difficult time. Your presence is welcome and greatly appreciated. So we're going to finish now with another piece of music that Joe loved, and we'll sit and we'll all listen to it together. Thank you, everybody. you, everybody.
Thanks, Veronica. There's quite a number of you there in the lower room and indeed outside. So if you haven't already met the family, we'd ask you to come forward here through the centre and maybe exit by the side door. Is that okay? And thank you very much for your presence here today. The family much appreciated.
I think that's
All right, on the net. Huh? Did you see everyone else? Twice. Activities through the eyes. Which? Yeah, first Tuesday, you did. You keep doing that. You need to.
No thanks. No thanks. Take care.
Thanks very much. Great send off. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Different stories coming from everyone. Yeah. And if you didn't know me, it's like, there's more than that. That'd be something he does. Are you okay? You had a bit of food poisoning or something? Yeah, no, I know that actually. I know that's in other songs.
Well, when I rang you after yours, David said that you were going to your swelling. It became a history.
take Joe from the funeral home and make our way on.